What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review, and today I'm very excited to check out NanoBot Battle Arena from Derpy Games. This is for 2 to 8 players, take about 30 minutes to play, and it's for ages 14 plus. And in NanoBot Battle Arena, you are going to have these little nanobots, and you're going to try and have the longest chain of nanobots in the game. But it's not going to be that easy because there's going to be a lot of attacking and burning and infecting and freezing and all sorts of various different things, as you will be using various different special abilities from turn to turn to turn, trying to break up other people's chains of nanobots. What am I talking about? Let's open it up, and I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of NanoBot Battle Arena. So first and foremost, we got our handy dandy rule booklet. It's, let's see, 12 pages, double-sided, full color, full of pictures, illustrations, examples, and it's pretty well done. Maybe a hiccup here or there. Maybe I wish one or two things were better explained. But for the most part, it's very well done and should have you up and running in no time at all. The text is really teeny tiny small, though, which is kind of annoying. But other than that, aside from the small text, it's not a bad rule booklet. So in NanoBot Battle Arena, you are going to be placing down these tiles, trying to get the longest chain of tiles that you possibly can. And I'll tell you more about a chain a little bit later, but that is the extent of the game. On your turn, you're going to play a tile, and then you are going to play a card or discard a card and draw a new card. But all the cards are going to do different things. And we'll show you how that works in a little bit. So, we'll go over the components, and then we'll get to the gameplay. So first, everyone is going to get their color of tiles, and there will be 8 different colors. So there's going to be a boatload of tiles in this game, as you can see. And these tiles are double-sided. You're going to use the dark side at first. The white side means that they are petrified and they are safe from being messed with, but you'll understand that more a little bit later. Next, everyone is going to get 6 cards, and you're going to have 1 3, 2 2s, and 3 1s, like I have right here. Once you've made sure that everybody has those, you're going to shuffle up these reaction cards, and then you are going to flip over cards until you get to somebody's color. So let's just see, we got green, and then this is supposed to be pink, so that would be pink, so we would actually go first. Good for us. So now, on our turn, what we do, relatively simple. We're going to play a tile, and then we're going to play a card. So let's talk about what all the different cards do. So let's just say I played this tile right here, and the tile placement rules are pretty simple. You have to connect to something, unless you're the first to go like me, and you can't put yours on someone else's, an opponent's, arrows, because these arrows are going to distinguish change. So let's just say the next guy went, he could not do this, but he could do this, or this, or this, or any other number of things. He just cannot place it right there on my arrows. So let's talk about the different cards and what they mean. So first, the number on the card is going to tell you how many times you can take a particular action. So let's just show the green card first, really easy card. It's a grow card. You place 1 additional tile from your cache. This is your cache on your turn. So simple enough. Boom. There we go. I did that, and now I have a chain of 2, and then I draw back up to 6 cards. Pretty self-explanatory. So let's go for the next guy. Let's draw him a hand, and let's just say he's got these cards right here. So boom, 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 get you out of the way. So he's going to go, and he can connect anywhere to any of these as long as he's not on my pink. So he'll go right there. So that will be his play. And then let's see what he has. He has a couple cards. He has more than he should in his hand. We'll get rid of that. He's going to petrify. So what petrify means is he's going to be able to flip one nanobot over, and then that one will be safe. But because this actually corresponds to his color, he gets to do this action plus 1 times. So instead of doing it 1 time, he would get to do it 2 times, whereas if the pink player played this, they would only get to do it 1 time. So he's now petrified. No one is going to be able to mess with that piece right there. So good for him. He draw back up, and now it goes back over to my turn. So let's see. We'll go like, I don't know, we'll go like this, I guess. But let's just show you what the cards do. So pivot is going to allow you to rotate nanobots to a new orientation. At this point, you could break the rules if you would like to. You could make it so that like that if you wanted to, and you could potentially try to attack that guy, even though he's petrified. Blink is going to allow you to move 2 nanobots to new legal locations and maintain the same orientation. So for instance, let's just say that this guy was right here, and this guy was right here, and this guy played this color, so what he could do is he could go, all right, I'm going to go right here, and then I'm going to play this blink 2, and just like that, boom, same orientation, same orientation. It can be a very powerful play, especially later on in the game. So you can also unpetrify people. So let's just say pink wants to unpetrify this guy right here. What they could do is they could play this petrify. Now, since this is this guy's color, that means that he gets a -1 to it when people are attacking him. So for instance, if I wanted to petrify this guy and I'm pink, I would have to play at least a petrify 2, because a petrify 1 would go down to a petrify 0. So if you were trying to play an attack on someone, and it's their particular color, you're going to have to come at them strong. So let's go over the different cards in the game. So Surge is the pink's color, and how this works is essentially you're going to blast the people in front of you in your line of sight, as long as there's no empty space in front of them. So let's just say last time I unpetrified this guy. Why did I unpetrify him? So this time I can play Surge 2, but since I'm pink, it's Surge 3, which means Surge, 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 boom. Just blew away all those pieces, and they are now gone. I'm pretty sure they go to the trash. So yeah, that really stinks for them. So next card we're going to have is the... Oh, no, actually, those go back to their cache. My mistake. So we have the Infect. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Scrap one opponent's NanoBot adjacent to your tile and replace the tile with your cache in the same orientation, with the tile from your cache. So if this was going on like this, then what I could do is just play the Infect card, and now gone and me. Hooray. Freeze, definitely the weakest of the cards in the game, is going to make it so that you pick one random card from someone's hand, so boom, see that card, and then they don't get to put this back in their hand until the end of their turn. So it's not really the best ability at all. I think that's just about all of them. Let's see if we missed any of them. Oh, Burn. So Burn, you're going to be able to scrap one NanoBot from the beginning or end of any chain. So for instance, if this was a Burn played by this color, he could, boom, burn that one, or he could burn this one, because those are the end of a chain. And this is a chain because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Follow the arrow. So this guy has a chain of 1. Let's just say this was played now, and then let's say this is what we have going on. So in this instance, there would be a chain of 4, there would be a chain of 2, and there would be a chain of 1. And I believe that's all the special abilities we have. So yeah, you're going to continue to play down tiles, play cards, or get rid of a card, and then discard one card and draw one card until someone has played all of their tiles. Once someone has played all of their tiles, you're going to count up whoever's the longest chain. Whoever's the longest chain will be the winner of NanoBot Battle Arena. And that, in a nutshell, is how the game is played. Alright, the NanoBot Battle Arena from Derpy Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the pros side. Component-wise, nice components. The cards are perfectly serviceable. There's tons and tons of these NanoBot tiles. You can play up to 8 players, which is an outstanding player count. Anytime you can play 2 to 8 players in the game, can maintain its time length is a good thing. In this game, while it does get a little bit longer with that many players, it still is a relatively quick game as long as everyone knows how to play the game, because it's just play a tile, play a card, play a tile, play a card, play a tile, play a card. So it goes by pretty quickly, which is nice. The rules are okay. The text is too small, but the rules are okay, so it's not going to be too frustrating learning the game, which is always a good thing. The box is small and compact, doesn't take up more shelf space than it needs to, and I'd say it fits what it's got in there just about perfectly with how many tiles and cards you got in the game. And that's all I have nice about the game. For the most part, I have a hard time recommending this game. You know what? If you like very attacky games, then this one might be for you as well. But moving on to the cons, I was not a fan of NanoBot Battle Arena. I was not a fan of it 2 players. I was not a fan of it at 6 players. And I would never play it with more than 6 players. So what did I dislike about the game? So first and foremost, it's just too attacky for me. And that being said, if you like games where you kind of try to attack each other and ruin each other's plans, then this one definitely will be for you. But this game is just obsessive with how much it is attacking. Like, I'm used to abstract strategy games, and the whole point, at least to me, of an abstract strategy game is trying to outthink your opponent. Like, how can I possibly do this better than my opponent, or opponents in this case? But this game, it's just burn, surge, blink, freeze. You're just, well, the blink isn't an attack, but all the rest of them are attacks. The burn, the surge, the infect, and it's constant bombardment of attacking, and your plans just get constantly screwed up. So it becomes less of, oh, what's my new plan, to, oh, I have to put another guy here because he burned the middle part of my chain, or I have to do this, or I have to petrify to protect my guys. But it becomes less of who can get the most attack. It becomes more of who can get the most attack cards and less of how am I going to outthink my opponent, which I did not like. Now, definitely there is some thinkiness, like you get a Surge 3 and you're like, ooh, I think he's going to do this spot right here, so maybe if I go right behind him, then I can blast him next turn. But still, for the most part, it's a very, I don't know, the game just didn't do it for me. And I did not like it, especially at 6-player counts, because at 2 players, yeah, it gets back to your turn, and maybe you get screwed over a little bit, and that's okay. You can kind of just fix what got broken. But dear God, 6 players, you might as well just close your eyes in between turns, because the board is going to completely change from turn to turn to turn to turn. And I can't even imagine playing this game at 8 players. Like, I love the fact that you can play it at 8 players, but I would love to play one gameplay of this at 8 players, and then just take a picture of how much the board changes from your first turn to your second turn to your third turn to your fourth turn, because I imagine it would be drastically different each turn with people blinking and pivoting and burning, and it's how do you even possibly devise a strategy in all of this randomness and chaos? And yes, in case you're wondering, nobody I played this with particularly liked the game that much anyway. They were like, it's okay. And that's pretty much where I sit on it. I think it's okay. Do I ever want to play it again now that I reviewed it? No, I do not. So, NanoBot Battle Arena, one that I have a hard time recommending unless you like really attacky, really chaotic, random games that accommodate a lot of players. If that's you, then yes, definitely, you might want to check this one out. But for everybody else, this one's probably going to be an easy pass. So that is NanoBot Battle Arena from Derpy Games, one that I personally cannot recommend. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know, what was the last game you played that said it played a high player count, but then was absolutely atrocious at said high player count? For me personally, let's see, it would probably have to be... Oh, Catan. Duh. Easy one. Catan. I played a 6-player game of Catan a couple weeks ago, and I knew what I was going into it. Like, I was drinking, and I was to that perfect state of buzz, and I was just like, yeah, this guy's going to take us 3 hours. And they're like, no, it's not. We all know how to play. This will be quick. And then, sure enough, about 3 hours, and they're like, oh yeah, you were right. But still, I enjoy Catan, so it didn't bug me. But yes, Catan is mine. What is your one game that did that to you most recently? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.